I have to put it at 1,000.
How about 800 and this fine woolen cloak, which should make up pretty much the value.
What's you have a woolen? What is this cloak now?
We have it written down as a fine woolen cloak, 100 to 150 GP. So I'm trying to execute a trade.
She will accept that trade.
Okay.
800 gold and
Yeah,
my
so that's
wife's
like
wedding ring.
It's like 100 gold discount. It's fine. Gary, have you already gone through the list and like changed all the gems to gold or anything?
Yeah, no, I was just saying that we've got for those 2 platinum rings and all the gemstones we've got. That comes out to 1,230 gold.
Wow,
Cool.
I have more
Okay,
money than the entire party.
How?
So remember, I have that +1 chain shirt that I'm throwing into the group items. You can use that as a trade item.
Okay. So I'm gonna add the gold. If you could get, let's see, it's the amethyst, aquamarines, and emeralds, right?
And those 2 platinum rings. That's what I did the conversions on.
Okay.
Then I'm wearing the buckler, the belt of jade plates, and the masterwork breastplate.
So what is that number minus 800?
Say what?
What is the total minus 800?
Minus 800 would be 430.
Okay. I have updated the thing. And then we can get to the rapier. Or did you already do that one?
Haven't done that yet.
Okay, then let's do that.
Were you gonna haggle the rapier?
Yeah, I guess it's reasonable to try to haggle down by down 10%, maybe 15%.
Okay. So 750 to what, like 600, 500?
Yeah.
Actually, that'd be 25%, 500.
I mean, according to Sirach, it's reasonable to haggle down by 20%.
Look, you go for 30, you accept 20, 10% at worst.
I don't know. The normal thing I always find is I try and set a number, and they just keep repeating the same number back to me. All right, how about 900? 1,000. 910? 1,000. 950? 1,000.
Yeah, that's just someone who does not want to budge at all.
Yeah.
There's no haggling there. This person does, though.
Well, no, it sounds like they want to trade. Haggling isn't their. You tried to haggle. They said 1,000.
So go ahead, Anton. How are you gonna sell it on Navi?
Value-wise, it was 900, so I'd call it.
Yeah, 100, 150. So basically, for 950, if you count the maximum value.
Now you see, my dear woman, if you sell me this rapier now at this price, you will ensure that you will have a customer for a very long time, as such a wet item will keep me alive for much longer in this harsh and unforgiving environment.
What's the price?
Well, what did I say? What was 15% of the total?
What was the total?
Math. 750, I believe it was.
You know, you can do Roll20 math, right?
It would be about 630.
The die roller lets you do math in it.
15% would be about $630 or 630 gold. Right. And she will actually allow that if you want.
Excellent. So, who's got the treasure list up? Sounds like I'm doing it.
I've never once
Yeah, you
opened it. I have no idea what's even on there. I'm greedy enough on a normal day. I don't need to be seeing what I can filch from the party loot.
And it's not. Oh, there! It finally opened for me. All right, I've subtracted it from the coins we had before anybody did anything. So, how much did we gain from selling all that stuff? I can just put that on the handout now.
I already did it.
Okay.
Our total is 765 after stuff.
Is that also after my?
No.
Okay, I took that off of there then.
Yeah. Then we should be completely updated.
Oh, so the party's almost broke.
That's a good thing.
There's a reason
We've
why I
also
asked
got-
before if we were counting money for weight. Rough call.
We've also got 25 platinum pieces, so I mean that's
Yeah,
how many
we've got
gold is
some-
that?
250, isn't it?
250.
I think so.
It's times 10. So yeah,
Unless
we're
we
still
have
okay.
Electrum in the system.
I don't believe we do.
In which case we might have 2,500 gold in platinum. You
Can we
never know what
sell-
systems have Electrum.
These bracers to her.
She would be willing to buy the bracers for 750 gold.
Can someone appraise it to see what we think?
The bracers are easily worth about 1100 gold.
Okay, someone
Yeah,
else
the
do the
whisper.
negotiating, please.
Well, I have a diplomacy of +6 if anybody can beat me out there.
I can beat you up anywhere you like.
You do the talking, man.
All right, I was just looking up the
So +6 you
crit
said.
range rapier. Yeah, that's what I said, and I rolled a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like,
It's your second natural 20, by the way.
Bro, what the fuck?
I know. I'm not even accounting for her, what you call it? Her bonuses yet, unfortunately. You know what she says to you? What are you going to say, Anton, actually, so when you get to it?
Okay, what are we trying to purchase here or sell? Oh, we're trying to sell the
bracers.
bracers.
Yep.
Now, these are a perfect item for a mage on the go. It saves weight, saves time, saves money. You don't need a squire to put it on, and it will protect you just as well as a well-padded jack. Come on, something like this, with the convenience alone, it should be worth, what did we say was the price 1,100?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this should definitely be worth 1,100 gold pieces just for the convenience sake alone.
Well, you're not wrong about that. But I cannot afford to buy it at that cost. I'm willing to pay 750.
Oh, guys, what do you think?
You could use that to buy more stuff. Wink, wink, hint, hint.
We could.
Oh, also we should probably sell that aquamarine necklace for just listed value.
Yeah, you could do that too.
I'm gonna just add that. I would say like not less than 10%.
Are you gonna roll?
Maybe like 900 at least.
I'll let you do one more roll if you want to attempt it.
And there is so much shit in here I didn't even notice. I'm gonna put that gold Iomade breastplate back in there. It's worth 400. I'm gonna take this +1 breastplate that I didn't even see that we had.
Yeah, I was wondering why
Oh,
you were
yeah.
taking the Elmade one, but
I went all the way down to the bottom. I just didn't see that we had stuff broken down by armor, and then we have a bunch of extra stuff on the bottom. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna take the
Yeah.
+1 breastplate.
The breastplate is what Hand is wearing.
Oh, okay.
Remember we had
Never
discussed
mind
this last time too, and I was like, nobody's wearing this, and you're like, go ahead, take it. I'm like, okay.
Oh, never mind then. I will take that cloak of resistance +1 if no one's wearing it.
Yeah. That's all you meant.
I thought you took that last time.
I don't have
I
it
don't
on
think
my.
we did.
These are like conversations
We
I
never
swear happened last session.
I don't
If I-
remember the.
if I were to make a suggestion, then maybe like we could spend like some time just getting everybody squared out, so we know what the gear situation is.
I think that's the only other thing.
Like once you get that squared out, once you get all the stuff sold and bought and whatnot, she's not going to budge on the price for the bracers. So 750 is
Okay.
all she's going to take. by the way.
We have a Pearl of Power. Is that useful for you, Theta?
Ooh.
Which
Or was it
one
only
is it?
for...
Which one is it?
It's I don't remember actually.
Because there's multiple pearls of power. Usually they're in necklace form.
This is just an individual pearl,
Right.
and
so
it is a first level, so it's a 1,000 gold thing.
But what kind of is it?
Yeah.
Karma, healing, what?
Well, it was made by Forvel, right?
No, it's aid for all
Or-
spellcasters, so you can actually put whatever you want in it. So you
So
could
it's
use
not
it for
one of the typical kinds. Then no, I don't care about it.
okay.
The typical
Okay.
kinds do specific things, and they come in necklace forms, and they cost more and more money the more pearls.
So I
they
guess
have.
we could sell that too then, since Forvel's not gonna be able to use it.
She would be willing to buy that pearl of power for 600 gold. Some of your more expensive items, she's not going to pay full price for. She's willing to pay full price for like mundane things, but not
Yeah.
those. As you continue shopping, where you are, Ilnam, the hobgoblin goes up near where the skeleton is, like not past or anything like that. And he says, and he actually says to you, and he tries to say it to you directly. And what do you need me to do here exactly?
Here's normal stuff. We already had this conversation. I don't know why you're asking me the same questions over again.
Because
I need you to be a normal person.
I think you have a different definition of normal.
Probably. You've already described what your lifestyle is like, and we said no to that. We need you to be a reasonable person. How about that? Is that a better phrasing?
Can you roll diplomacy on that, please?
No, actually, I can't. I'm untrained in diplomacy. How about I give you a performance oratory, and we pretend that I said it in a better way? Or a worse way, depending on roll.
I will allow it. I'm a very giving GM.
I hate fun.
That's pretty good.
I mean, that's a Raph quote, too, but I think it applies to both of us.
God, you and Rafferty are turning into the same person.
No, we get enough arguments that I know we're not.
He actually doesn't really have any skill in it, so.
Well, for one thing, you were trying to roll a d29.
Yeah, I
don't know where
misclicked.
that
So
comes from.
I misclicked completely. He says to you, he actually says to you,
So close.
I can always be reasonable. That was never a problem.
No, actually, it was a problem because you decided to be unreasonable.
In what way?
That you said you'd rather die than build houses and get paid for your work. And yet then went on to describe the fact that after you were done your military service, you would go on to build houses and get paid for your work. It was a rather confusing conversation, if you ask me.
Do you see me as an equal?
I don't see anybody as an equal.
Then you already have an answer that I don't like.
I wasn't here to make you happy or to make you like me. I'm giving you an opportunity to live your life in a way that doesn't see you get murdered on a battlefield for no reason.
Murdered on a battlefield.
You understand that I'm supplying you with a mercy is what I'm doing.
I do understand that. But you need to also understand that I could just as easily be murdered in these caves by one of your people.
Also true.
I
But
would
you know they're
rather...
less likely to murder you if they assume that you're here for their good and if they assumed the best of you. You don't tend to murder your friends. You understand that, right? I don't know how that works in your culture, but around here you don't tend to murder your friends.
Hobgoblins don't murder each other unless if they have reason to. And even then, it's usually against protocol. He looks,
I assume there's a door here, by the way, right?
well, but actually there is. Well, you removed all the debris in the way. There is no door at that point.
Nice. It's awkwardly staring at each other then. I assumed we were talking through a door.
No, there is no door. You actually see on his face, it looks like he's like heavily contemplating something. And he says to you then, "You think they'll trust me?"
Why not? Trust is something that has to be earned.
And even when you earn it, you think they'll still trust me?
Probably not. People are racist. I met this one guy who really hated elves.
I don't blame you for that, to be fair.
See? You too.
Oh, the problem is your elf magic.
I mean, I don't know why you're calling it that.
Hobgoblins don't trust magic. It's unnatural.
No, I mean, I don't know specifically why you're calling it elf magic.
Because most of it comes from elves. It's basically a nickname.
Yeah.
The only magic we can understand that we use is alchemy, because it can be measured, it can be weighed, it can be controlled. You ever meet a hobgoblin who's a sorcerer? Or a cleric? They're very
I
rare.
mean, tend to be no, because I don't talk to many hobgoblins. I think to meet a hobgoblin, you have to talk to them.
Well, you're talking to one now.
You best start believing in hobgoblins, because you're in. Well, wait.
Wrong movie. He says, well, you're talking to one
That's
now.
several months down the road when our relationship has progressed to the next level.
And I can tell you for a fact that you often don't see them for a reason.
What I'm trying to say here is that I don't talk to a lot of them because they're dead. And dead men tell no tales.
Yet you seem to be surrounded by them.
Which thing?
He points to the skeletons.
Oh yeah, well you don't see him talking, do you?
Mm.
Not a lot of gip gap coming out of this one.
As you do that, one of the skeletons chatters, like...
I think you'll find that's not a gip gap. You specifically described it in a way that was opposite of what I just said.
I know, it was just good timing for comedy.
Yeah, it's a good thing I put that spring in his mouth.
Maybe you need to speak to more hobgoblins then.
Why? It seems to be a difficult proposition.
We're not all unreasonable.
Let's say you're unreasonable, you're just making hard choices. Again, choosing death over a life is,
Have you ever felt like your life was threatened before? Like you had nothing to live for?
I think like that's a shrug. I shrugged to that.
Can he do a sense motive on you?
I mean, sure. Is that an opposed roll?
Technically, I actually don't know. I don't think so, because it's a PC player.
Right. I'm a PC, so I mean.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 9, so he probably doesn't sense anything, but he...
That's why I would think it would be an opposed roll and not just a standard DC, since I'm a PC.
I think it'd be like an opposed bluff check, but...
Let me double check, because
not really bluffing in any way.
Well, I mean, if I'm trying to hide my motives or whatever, but
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
thing
you can
is
do a
that
bluff check.
I don't know how good I am at hiding anything, or like that.
You can use a bluff check to hide stuff if you
Apparently,
want.
I'm really
yes. Yeah, so like he doesn't notice anything. You can use a bluff check to hide things if you want. But
Stone mask.
I don't even know that I'm trying to hide it. I just don't know where I'd come off on this one. So that's why I shrugged.
That's fair. That's fair.
And you're trying to read into a shrug, but I specifically shrugged because I don't know where I land on this issue.
Well, I mean, this is what the hobgoblin is thinking in his head right now. You shrug at his question, and that makes him pause for a second to see if he can catch anything off of you, but he can't. So he doesn't know. He's not sure exactly how to continue with the conversation.
It's not like I haven't given him enough to respond to.
Oh no, you have, and he's considering the offer, but you get the sense that his problem is that it may not matter what he does. He's always going to be the hobgoblin.
I mean, that's not going to change. I'm open and honest. People are racist. You done bad things. What do you want from me?
He doesn't want anything. He just wants to prove his point.
What, that he could be murdered? That's a real hard point to prove.
No, that it really doesn't matter what he does. He'll always be the hobgoblin.
Well, I mean, one way around that is to get another hobgoblin in here. Then he'll just be one of the hobgoblins.
Are you guys going to start recruiting hobgoblins to join your party?
I'm just saying, if you got a bad nickname, one of the ways to get rid of it is to give somebody else that nickname.
You didn't even ask him his name yet.
No. I don't see that it matters.
I think that's part of the problem.
You understand that that's not my problem.
I know. That's
you
what
have
makes
a
it
bad
fun.
habit of leaning right out of the camera.
It's because my camera is on like an angle, so it's really hard for me to do much, and it's literally right in front of my face.
Right, but I'll be talking at your camera, right? and then you go for some sort of gesture, and suddenly I don't know what gesture you're making.
Does this help? Is this better?
You're back in it, yeah.
Okay.
My point is that I don't care. I'm not here for him, but at the same time, arbiter, I guess.
Well, he's going to consider what you have said.
I mean, he decides to go against it. Cool. I've got another skeleton. if he doesn't, cool. Cave has another member of the Enclave. Either way, I'm only here to win, right?
Yeah,
so
I know.
Either option for me is a win. There's no losing here. If he says something that's a loss, I win.
Oh, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think he's getting past Hand. He might get past the first Darrow skeleton because that thing's a piece of shit. But Hand will knock anybody to the ground.
Have you guys finished the shopping, or is there anything else you want to do?
We could throw the magic items in trade and maybe get more value. Or I could try and argue for a better price for at least the Pearl of Power.
I mean, if Coriel wants a +1 breastplate, you could try trading the magic items for a +1 breastplate.
He has a +1 breastplate.
No, we determined that one of his skeletons or zombies has
My
that.
badass skeleton has it, yeah, because we talked about it last
Oh, she
time.
has the +1 breastplate?
Hand
Okay.
does, yeah. That's why
Okay.
Hand has a
No, I'm
high
good because I
REC.
took that cloak of protection, so that makes up for the breastplate not being a +1. So I'll wear the Iomade breastplate, even though Coriel doesn't worship Iomade, but that's cool.
Go stick a hammer to it.
We could try and get rid of the mage bracers for regular ones.
Regular bracers?
Or like, I mean, is there just like a...
Sounds like you
There's
want
gotta
to
be like just a +1 AC item, right?
Yeah, Ring of Protection. That's what it sounds like you're looking for.
Yeah, you could get Rings of Protection pretty easily.
How much for Rings of Bright Earth?
I don't think they have that one.
Let's see.
You can't use 2 mana to cast all my spells twice.
2,000 for a deflection bonus, and then that would get you the +1.
Say again?
The armor would. That would get Coriel the +1 that the armor would.
Well, I think that's what he says. He's got a Cloak of Protection that's doing the same thing for him right now.
Yeah, no, I'll take the cloak and then the masterwork breastplate, and then we'll find another breastplate at some point, or if not, I'm good. My AC right now is at 22. Like if I can get a ring of protection, if we can get that on the cheap, I'll take it. But my AC is pretty solid right now.
If you have a cloak of protection, I think that and the ring are the same thing, so they're not going to
deflection bonuses. I think, yeah, it wouldn't.
Yeah,
stack.
I don't think they stack. I have to double check that though.
Do you have a high dexterity?
Only 14. I only got a +2 to dex.
Where's your...
Oh wait, time out. It's not a cloak of protection; it's a cloak of resistance. So that's a separate thing.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the resistance?
The resistance gives you a +1 to your saves, to fort, reflex, and will. All 3 of them.
Okay, shit, I'll take that.
So
too.
yeah, we could try and give the 2 items for a ring of protection. That's about the same price.
I'm just wondering what the math is on your AC. That's all.
I mean, well, now that I take that cloak of resistance off, that I thought was armor, that's going to be a 21. I've got. I was looking up at it earlier.
I mean, specifically, like Hand is wearing a +1 breastplate, has a +2 natural AC, and only has an 18 AC.
I've got a +1 buckler. I've got the breastplate that is 6
buckler,
AC.
That's probably it. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think I've also got. I've got the dodge feat, which gives me +1 AC.
Yeah, because Hand is also wielding a 2-handed weapon, so.
Yeah.
Just wanted to know where the extra AC was coming from in case I was missing something.
Yeah, dodge feat plus the +1 buckler.
Yep, understood.
The restriction on bracers of armor is the one we have just specifically for like mages or anything, or is that just how braces of armor are?
The way they work, braces of armor is if you're wearing armor, it doesn't work. Basically, it cannot have any armor special abilities and stuff like that. If a creature receives a larger armor bonus from another source, the bracers cease functioning and do not grant it, basically. So usually bracers of armor specifically work with like those that wear no armor.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, there are other types of bracers you can get.
True, I should probably look at those. But for now, we're probably on the get Coriel a Ring of Protection plan.
Okay. I think a Ring of Protection is like 2,000 gold flat.
It is.
Oh, Jesus.
But we have a Pearl of Power for 1,000 and a Bracers of Armor for 1,000.
If you do trade both of those, it's close to the price. She's willing to trade the 2 for 1.
Yeah. I think we do that, and then I just go look at magic items later.
All right.
All right.
Is
So-
anybody buying any supplies, provisions, potions, or anything like that?
We should probably get healing potions. Just gonna say.
Level 1 cure minor wounds, level 1s would be 50 apiece.
Mhm.
And I think you can get a cure moderate wounds as well. Let me check.
Wands, were wands a thing on the merchant?
She actually does not have any wands,
Of
but
course she doesn't.
she does have scrolls.
So that's
We could sell her
toss
wands.
my hands in here. Of course she fucking doesn't.
I'm sorry. Yeah, she also has cure moderate wound potions.
Okay. And those are
I'm
what,
double checking
like
the price. Hold on.
100 maybe?
They usually go
200, I think.
they go 250.
250. Okay.
Technically, they actually go higher than that, but she's willing to part with them for 250.
What about Void Stick?
Just by the name, I can tell. No.
I mean, they only cost 2,500 gold pieces.
Let me see.
What was you said there was a CL restriction?
Yeah, caster level 3 or below.
Never mind, then it's CL 5.
Are you looking for like a necromancy item?
Nah, I wasn't specifically looking for these. I figured we're spending an hour on buying shit. I might as well look at stuff.
Yeah, go for it.
Ring of
Shopping trip.
Protection is CL5.
Say what?
It
Most
is?
things are CL5.
Are they?
Yeah.
Really? That's surprising. All right, let me check out the void stick because I'm not familiar with that
I
one.
mean, there was only like 2 items I was looking for. I figured, look, maybe I should just check out alternative options. And Void Stick is an alternative option. I wasn't even looking for a Wand of Desecration, but then that was one of my alternatives, and I was like, well, what's an alternative to an alternative? A Void Stick is an alternative to a Wand of Desecration.
Sorry, I was updating all my stuff with all these new crazy things. Did we wind up getting a Ring of Protection?
Yes, you
Yes.
can get one. So, if I'm reading this correctly, you plant this stick somewhere, and it creates the Desecrate spell, and it creates a zombie? Am I reading that right?
Well, casting Desecration in an area where I animate dead makes more powerful undead.
Here's a question. Do the undead, they count as good aligned because of you, or...
I assume so. I assume that my Juju thing still is in play.
Let me double check that.
I mean, the Void Stick zombie is different from what I do. The Desecrate spell effect is what I'm looking at. I'm not looking to create Void Stick zombies.
Oh, thank God, because holy shit.
Well, maybe now. Hold on, let me go look at whatever hell a Void Stick zombie is, since your reaction. Huh. That is... Huh. Let me just take a quick look at this object again.
Where did this come from, this object? Because I don't know where it's from.
Which is recommended.
It's from an adventure path, a different adventure path. Which means it's a custom magic item. I'll look into that. I'm gonna put the pin on that one. It's an interesting one. I might allow it, but I gotta double check it, okay?
Alright, how about another CL5 item?
And what is it?
Bone Razor.
Bone Razor?
Bone Razor. I can't do that voice.
Bone Razor, Bone Shaker.
Not after I had my throat split open 3 times. I'm not going to do a
Bone
Macho Man
Saw
voice.
is ready.
Oh, yeah. Bone Razor, a jagged bone knife seen suited to fail at combat but easily cuts flesh. Used to perform a coup de grace on a helpless living creature, and the creature dies from the attack. The flesh begins to peel off and animate as a skeleton under the command of the bearer of this razor. Ooh. That is sick, dude.
CL5. I mean, the thing is that you have to coup de grace somebody, so you've got to get them into a situation or find them asleep, or
She.
And we can do that. We can do like non-lethal damage to knock someone out, and then let you come in for a coup de grace.
I love how we're enabling the necromancer.
I mean,
Hey,
it's not like my undead aren't helping.
Coriel doesn't. I mean, if you can.
Oh my god, dude,
summon
you
up
are
weight,
lucky.
throw at people, Coriel's fine with it.
You are lucky. She does have one, but it's at full price of 5,000.
Just one?
Just one.
I'll forego the ring of protection so you can get that.
Well, the thing is that I have 3,000 gold pieces on me. So I only need to make up 2,000 somewhere.
That was the ring of protection. Was what, 2,000?
Yeah.
I'll forego that for now. I mean, meta game knowledge, knowing what I know about Adventure Paths, like they'll drop that shit like crazy in different spots. So
The irony is you already had one at one point, but I don't know
Did
who
we?
took it. Yeah.
Oh, Forvel might have had that actually.
I think so, because like the boar had one.
He was getting knocked around at one point, and I think we gave that to him just to keep him alive.
The boar actually had the first ring of protection in the AP, so. And you are right, there are others.
Again, not to metagame this, but I kind of know how Pathfinder Adventure Paths work, and you get flush with magic items.
It's funny because like I don't want to like give away too much, but for the first book, you don't get a lot of magic stuff. Second book, not as bad, but still a bit, light.
Well, I
compared
mean,
to
you're
other
trekking
books.
through the wilderness for the most part. It kind of makes sense, but I mean, they'll dump magic items on you, but nothing as specific as this void stick.
No.
Well, no, it's the Bone Razor.
The Bone Razor, my bad.
So yeah, you can get the Bone Razor. You got 5,000 gold.
I have 3,000 gold.
All right, so if 3,000 gold plus the trade for the pearl and the bracers, you can get the Bone Razor.
I mean, only half of that's my discretion. I don't make choices based on party loot.
Well, it sounds like that they're willing to sacrifice it for it, so it's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, in combat, just like call out if you want us to actually keep someone alive, and then we'll knock them out, and then you can finish them off and raise them up.
Yeah, because the more powerful the person was in life,
also
I can make them strong in death. Which is real necromancer speech.
I love it. Let's start an undead army. I'm fine with this.
That's why Hand is so good as my servant, because Hand was strong in life. Now Hand is strong in death.
You know that I'm going to try and destroy her.
You understand that's going to be really hard to do?
I know.
Every boss we're going to raise from the dead.
Yeah, I say, have you actually looked at the Bloodied Skeleton template?
I have. I know it's difficult.
Yeah, they literally, you destroy them, and an hour later, they rise back again. And they've got fast healing. So...
brutal. I love it, though.
So you took off the chain shirt, right?
Yeah, I'm giving that chain shirt +1 into the group inventory to sell back.
Yeah, what's
I'm wearing
that worth?
A +1 chain shirt? I honestly don't know. Base chain shirt is worth 100 gold, but with a magic enchantment on it, I'm sure it's going to boost it, but I don't know how much.
It's about 1,000 gold. Normally, she can give it to you for like about 500, 600.
We could probably still get 2,000 for the ring out of what we have. With like the chain shirt and then like
all
a
those random weapons
two.
and stuff we have up there.
Yeah, a bunch of random weapons. Like the scroll of confusion is probably 800 gold or something.
Oh.
I mean, it's like a higher level spell, right?
It is caster level 3.
Yeah, so it's up there. And then plus the...
Actually, no, I apologize.
shirt.
Level 4.
Ooh.
Okay, I think that's like 700 or 800 then. Don't quote me. So that would be around 1800, plus a bunch of like some masterwork weapon. That's probably enough in value.
We have 7 padded armors. I mean, Jesus, get rid of those.
Typically, a regular scroll at spell level 4 would be about 700 gold. She would purchase it at 300. If you want to try and haggle it, or like,
I'm just talking
more,
like
just let me
trade
know.
value.
Oh, trade value, that's different. She could change that.
Trade value of a +1 chain shirt, a scroll of confusion, and like a masterwork weapon should be enough, right? Or maybe a few.
Yeah, that would be pretty close, I think.
I like how you changed your camera and then decided I'm going to lean in the other direction now.
I'm leaning wherever I can. I don't...
You literally leaned way back out of camera and then leaned back into camera just to go on.
Like over here?
Let's see.
You changed where your camera was pointing and then decided to lean in the other direction now.
Yeah,
I can't win.
Masterwork is 300, so yeah, that'd be a bit over, a couple hundred over. Maybe.
So you have like a little, like about 100 left over, and then you can get the ring? Okay.
Like 100 over in trade value for the ring.
She'll accept it.
See if she likes energy crystals.
Is that good with you, Gary?
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna get this going for that ring of protection, I'm cool with it. I'll take all the AC I can get.
It seems important. I will remove all the various things.
Anton, outside of the rapier, did you need anything?
I don't. Well, I would like a ring of protection. I think that offers a different bonus than mage armor and natural armor, but that's a lot of money, so I can wait for it.
It does offer a different bonus, so with the
another-
mage armor and things, it will stack with that. While you guys trade with them, some of the other survivors will also be doing some trading and getting stuff together to give to her. And they're going to buy some... They got the weapons, they're not worried about that, but they are buying a lot of food.
Yep.
Buy an all-terrain vehicle.
Understandable.
So they're getting like dried mushrooms and spices and some like what looks like deep fish or whatever they are, like
And
anything like that. No Humvees.
Does anyone care about like this silver locket or wooden flute in a case?
Picard does.
No.
Or this medicine pouch? Yeah, he does, but he's not here right now.
That you know of.
True. Either of these 3 items?
I mean, you get like a couple of hundred for all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, about 200.
What's in the locket?
It's just a piece of
a lock
hair.
of blonde hair, right?
Jeez, yeah. Some
I can't
braided
even remember
blonde
where we
hair.
found that.
I think you found it off a dead body.
Probably,
We did.
As opposed to stole it from a living person.
There's that.
They didn't have that a lot during this campaign.
Can we get a ring for Ark? Doing the math.
Are you able to
2000.
negotiate down from 2,000?
Need... Let's see, if a masterwork is 300, so it'd be 7 masterwork weapons in value.
You can do that.
Surely we have 7. Let's see.
I know we have at least 5 masterwork
3,
crossbows.
5.
What about the
Yeah.
ammo?
Yeah, we can do that. How much does it add to armor? In
Much
price?
One.
How much does what add to armor?
Masterwork in price.
I think it adds like a couple of hundred. Hold on.
Is it also 300?
Let me see.
150. Okay.
Yeah, it's like 150 to 200. Sometimes it's a little more depending on the item.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna do some math and get this man a ring of protection, specifically.
Cool.
Not any other kind of ring.
Did you, did Coriel take the one from Forvel?
No, I'm
Honest-
going to assume Forvel still has that.
Sure,
Oh, yeah,
but
actually-
Forvel's also a little kid.
True.
I'm pretty sure you could take him.
If you want,
I
I
mean-
could give you the ring that Forvel has.
Yeah,
I mean, not to be
that would
meta,
be easier.
Forvel is no longer being a person.
Yeah.
anymore.
True. So
I have
You wanna
no
give-
clue what he has on his sheet.
we give that ring to
Anton.
Anton. Yeah.
So you get the free ring. So if you sell all those items, you just have a bunch of extra money if you want to get anything else.
I'll probably still sell a bunch of items.
I assume Coriel still wants a ring.
I'll do the
right?
math later.
Are you still trying to get potions? Because
Oh, we bought the ring already, and then we were trying to buy another one for Anton. But if we just give him Forvel's, we're fine.
Oh, that's why I was asking if you got a ring. Sorry.
they liked it, so they put a ring on it.
Bookkeeping.
You know what, though? It's okay. We haven't not done bookkeeping in a while.
True.
Really? Is that where you go for your CPU parts?
Huh?
Someone's making, I assume, an I buy power reference.
Yeah.
Which is
I actually...
so, God, what, 2017, 2016
Yep.
to me?
It's funny, like, last year I bought an iBuyPower computer.
See,
That's the very computer I'm on right now.
I think I went to Cyber Power before I found Main Gear. Main Gear is where I go to now. My last two PCs were Main Gear, but before that was Cyber Power, and I think they might be just the same company.
They might be. I don't
Not
know.
Alright.
Main Gear and Cyber Power. I think iBuyPower and Cyber Power might be the same company.
I'm gonna
iBuyPower was recommended to me by people who know how to build computers better than I ever will, because I don't know shit about building computers. So
I'm gonna get 2 healing potions of Cure Light.
okay, that's 100 gold.
Yeah, I
Two.
have 100 on me.
How about some food for the peoples?
They're doing that themselves.
They're doing that themselves.
They are doing that themselves. So just most of the little trinkets and things that they can get rid of, they're able to clean out. But they're basically buying what is the equivalency of a month and a half worth of food. Plus, with all the provisions you have here, at the very least, they can spend some time hiding in the caves without hunting necessarily. So that does buy you some time.
Excellent.
I do love that we're almost on hour 2 of the shopping trip.
Yeah.
And so
Mhm.
far we've bought 6 items?
To be
Pathfinder's
fair-
fun to shop in.
To be fair, six big items are pretty good.
Sure, I mean, it's almost an item every 20 minutes. It's almost like we're physically in a shop buying shit with each other. Guys, come over here. Come to this aisle. I'm going to show you something.
I mean,
I think we lost Arcloid. Somebody make a page for Arcloid.
okay. I mean, if you want to fast forward the rest of it later, we could do that.
I'm not. I'm just think it's funny. I'm like looking at the time. I'm like, wait a second. The very first thing that happened this session was this merchant showed up.
The merchant showed up, and then you've been speaking to that hobgoblin.
And we both
anybody
made
else-
the same amount of progress.
Does anybody else want to speak to the hobgoblin?
No, I did that last time, and I think I got most of what I can get out of that. I've still got my notes here.
There you go.
See, there's the Hobgoblin camp to the north, which we already knew about because of King. We also found out that someone named Scarvinerus controls the south, which I assume means Phaendar and all the surrounding areas.
That's the guy in the north, isn't it?
The
Yeah.
north, I've got...
The guy in the northern campus, Garvineers.
Is it? I have down that Scarvinerus controls the south.
His father controls the south. Scavviston.
Okay, I had Scaviston and Son, so I can
Yeah.
change
Oh, I
that.
love that show.
It's like Sanford and Son, only hobgoblins and bugbears.
Well, you defeated it before I was able to make a joke about coming to join her, but I couldn't think of a hobgoblin wife name.
Okay, so Scaveston controls the south. Then we've got Lady Azaersi, seems to be the general of this entire thing. And we know that our hobgoblin friend apparently knows the location of all the ranger forts.
But he didn't tell you where they are.
Well, hopefully Ilnam has been winning him over with charm, and
Tact.
now we can figure out where they are. Or we can head north to a hobgoblin camp and try and figure it out from there.
And take out that camp?
I mean, maybe. I don't want to commit to anything.
By now anyway.
Auburn is not against taking out that camp. In fact, she's willing to come with you.
Y'all killed most of them already.
Hell yeah, let's get some channel positives. Bryce Coriel might have to take a dip into cleric just to have channel positive energy and cure light wounds.
Oh dear.
Cleric of Erastil, fighter 5.
I mean, that's not a bad combo.
No, especially if we're doing a wilderness trek. I'm sure Erastil could give me some decent stuff.
There's other classes that could do... Well, I mean, the Oracle also does healing too with channel, but doesn't have as many, I think, right? I think Ilnam, you're not really built for healing that much.
No, I didn't. I took Inflict instead.
Yeah. Never mind,
I can heal my undead with Inflict.
Oh, so you took channel negative energy?
I don't have channel negative energy.
I don't know if Oracle's...
I get all spells with one of two named parts of their name in them, and I chose the ones with negative effects. Channel negative energy is not one of them.
Okay. Oracles do get channeling energy, though, as a basically it's part of their thing. So you already have access to channel positive and channel negative.
Okay, I already put down on my sheet everything I have, and it's not one of them.
Interesting. Okay.
Remember, I also dip down into specific oracle craft, which means that I might be denied powers.
Maybe.
For getting specific things.
Yeah.
My issue is that past me knew everything that I was doing. Present me is not always up to date. So I'm gonna make sure I believe in past me 100%. Whether
I have an update on the economic math.
How's it looking?
We have 3,600 gold in masterwork items, and then 2 +1 weapons. One of which has the aquamarine tip, so I don't know if that adds value.
Ooh.
Or if that is just the +1.
What is that?
It's a spear. The aquamarine tip, and that's all someone wrote down. And then we have the +1 breastplate, but you know.
Oh, I know that spear. It is just a standard +1 magic item.
I feel like you should just delete the +1 breastplate from the list.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Since we know where it is.
Yeah, as long as you have it written down.
Yep, it's under hand stats.
Sick. So if we wanted to sell everything, we could. We would get 3,600 plus however much a +1 weapon.
Depending on what we negotiate.
Yeah.
If they take full price, but usually they, resale value has gone down.
Let's see, 2,000 is base price. So theoretically, 7,600.
I mean, what is it per?
2,000.
No, I mean per masterwork item.
Oh, 300 plus the items number. Oh, I forgot to add the item. Shit, hold on.
So I mean,
So
maybe
plus
maybe assume a 20% knockoff for resale.
110. About 150 in the actual value of the items minus the masterwork.
See, this is the difference in games. If you're playing Ironclaw, we'd only get 20% of their value back in resale. But we're now making an argument for getting 80% on this one just by knocking 20% off the top, which is entirely reasonable to me.
Yeah. I mean, if you're selling things for like 20% value, that's worse than selling them to a fence.
No.
Straight up.
What I was saying was, in that game, a used item is worth about 20% of what it is at MSRP. So a vendor might resell it at 100% value, but buying it from you as a used item, they'd only buy it for 20% of its value. That's where they make theirs. Also, crafting rules in that game is that you start crafting at 20% of an item's value.
Actual 500% markup. Seems legit.
Well, yeah, because you're basically trading time for money.
Yeah. But yeah, so 7,600 in value plus 150, so 7,750 plus bartering.
Okay.
Well, plus or minus.
Are you going to use that to buy a bunch of shit, or just going to hold on to that?
Do we want to sell all the stuff?
Does everybody that wants a bringer protection have one? I forgot
I
where
definitely-
we're at on that.
Definitely sell it all. We don't necessarily need to buy anything else right now unless Ilnam and Surok want rings of protection.
I
have one.
So I don't need anything. I have that bone dagger. I'm good. That bone.
All right, then I think we're good. Let's just sell it all so we get the money, and we'll have that for next time.
All right, I will do that.
I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by something from work too. While this is going on, I do apologize.
That's all good. This is all internal math here, so.
So on the next
I'm doing the same exact thing.
On the next episode of Babylon 5.
Yeah, I can't. It's been a while since I watched it. I can't remember. So.
Okay, actually, I missed something. +1 dagger is written down twice, but I don't know if it's two separate things or the same thing written twice.
And you counted all the special ammo that he made, right?
I did not do ammo. I only did weapons and armor.
Oh, because remember he made like special ammo, but I don't remember if he gave it away or you all used it during the siege.
I don't think we used
a
all of
lot of it, but we also recovered a lot of it.
I can hang on to some of that. I mean, I still have a short bow that I can use for, anytime I want to hit something from a distance first. So
I think it's the same thing written twice. So if I'm skamazing us out of 2K, well, sucks. But there we go. I think most of the NPCs have the masterwork ammo anyways.
probably, yeah.
They do.
Leave it with them.
Yeah, that's fine.
Jakar was in the first episode, wasn't he?
Do what?
Jakar was in the first episode.
Yeah. Oh, no, he was the driving force behind like all of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, in the early seasons, he is the bad guy. Before
he reminds me. It's very Cardassian.
Yeah. I mean, God, you said you haven't seen much, right?
Only like after the gathering, only like maybe 3 episodes in the first season.
Yeah, so a bunch of the shit that I was about to say would be huge spoilers.
So we'll back that off.
Yeah, that's what I said. I shouldn't have said that he's the bad guy earlier because.
But he's very clearly like the antagonist. Like he's the one working against everything, and they're all kind of rallied against him in their subtle little diplomatic ways.
I guess that's all we're buying for now, though. And we can figure out what like 4,000 cost item, or just maybe 6,000 later.
Yeah, we'll do that later.
Like some sort of.
I'm sure there's some good stuff we can get for that price. And then we can just retroactively say we bought a thing.
I think the shopping montage is done.
Yay!
Only took 7 years.
Navi says, well, this has actually been really, really profitable. Thank you so much.
I'd come back any time, I suppose.
Well, I could stay for at least another day. Then I could come back, I don't know, 4 months from now. Will you still be here?
Probably not. I mean, that's really hard to say.
Okay, well, it's been fun.
Pissing off a lot of hobgoblins.
What's wrong with the hobgoblins?
They wrecked the town we were staying in.
Autofocus.
Oh, was some sort of surface war?
It seems like it. Something got kicked off.
Then why'd you start fighting the troglodytes?
They kind of kept coming up and harassing us, and the hobgoblins seemed to have formed some kind of an alliance with them.
Ah, so you're going to get... So it's like a military fight.
Seems like it might turn into that.
Well, if you get a lot of money or equipment, you know who to talk to.
Definitely keep you in mind.
I hope so. Maybe I'll see you again. And Navi is going to leave, like, eventually, but yeah.